focus goes to Jalen Johnson, who's really putting up incredible numbers all season. 11 interceptions so far.
It's the Saints and the Falcons coming up next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've gone a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Check. Alert.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier. 19 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goals.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. He'll look to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep them out of the end zone in this one.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Saints at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings, just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
He will push his way down to about the 14. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. He'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. George Pickens with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jalen Phillips, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Taking it about the 36. There's the stiff arm. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. With a juke. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Touchdown, Saints. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now. Confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll drop to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Jalen Phillips, what a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So here are the Saints to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll set up a throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. He's going to have the first down and then some. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Back to the running game with Mostert. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Mostert trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score it here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. George Pickens with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And caught by London. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, check. Go.
On 2nd, here's Algier. And he'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Come on. Hey.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This this offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah. Complimentary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Now fair catch is called. At the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be Falcon football.
Hey, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 2nd and 4. Being chased out left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A run with Mostert up the middle. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 11. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Robbie Anderson, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. steps away to his left. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Algier will try to pick it up. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
2nd and 5. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. After the pickup of 5, here's... They'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Starting the drive with Algier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. For the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Following the punt return. Someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 15-yard touchdown run. Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Coming out on the field. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost it forever. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Isaiah Hodgins was his intended receiver, but it'll be second down. They'll set up a throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down. Looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again. And caught by London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. This offense so far on third down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 89 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all. To pad their stats a bit, but as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They're good for a Saints first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.